Okay, Mapletree Industrial Trust. So same old, same old. You can see that this is the property type. So they actually have quite a wide range of industrial property, high-tech building, business park, flatted factories, stack up light industry. Okay, now they have one huge portfolio of data center. So in fact, you can argue that Mapletree Industrial Trust is more like a data center REIT, data center REIT. And most of their data centers are actually in US. Okay, so like I said, this is the only exception. Okay, US, if you talk about offices, they are in bad shape because a lot of people still working from home. Hotels, I don't think is any better. But in terms of data centers, right, which is just to house servers, I think that one's still quite okay. So I'm actually still okay. Oh, yep. So now you can see that basically for MIT is about 50% properties in Singapore, about 50% in North America lah. Oh, in US. Okay, they actually give a segmental occupancy rates, and overall the occupancy rate is about 91.4%. As you can see here, passed my test definitely. Okay, their light industrial buildings actually quite bad, 52%. But overall, like I said, I look at overall, overall at 1.4%, actually I can accept. Okay, so the good thing about, again, US industrial, so US the same thing is actually mostly freehold. Japan, if I'm not wrong, also free. I'm not too sure why the Japan one I cannot find, but anyway, it's quite small, quite insignificant. But if I remember correctly, Japan industrial also freehold. So US one is freehold lah. Okay, which is good. Unlike Singapore, can you see? For Singapore, some of them only left with like, you can see here 15 years. Okay, so we have properties that are left with 18 years. I did spoke to the REITs manager before. So number one, we really haven't experienced a case whereby, what happened when the property, the term lease expires. So we don't have any case yet. So based on the REITs manager, they said that there is a possibility that they can just pay a certain amount to extend. But how much to pay, then that one also don't know yet. But as of now, we have to take it that, like in this case, after 15 years later, the property is no longer belong to the REIT. The land have to return back to the government. Then, of course, the property also have to go back with the land. Yeah. Then, there will be loss in rental income. So this is the risk of investing in industrial REITs whereby the properties are in Singapore. Okay, their list is actually quite short. The other one have to watch out for is which country. So usually most of the European, Australian, US countries are very good freehold. The other country whereby you will have this problem of lease one, anybody know? The other two, there are actually two other countries we have to watch out for this thing. Okay, besides industrial for Singapore, which are the two other countries whereby there is also an issue on the tenure? Yes, one is China. Thank you so much. So China, for commercial properties, if you talk about new one, their lease is actually only 40 years, 40. So the longest you can have is 40 lah. So usually it's minus the construction cost, you get like construction time, you only get like 35 to 38 max. Okay. What about another country? Okay, that one I usually don't buy it. So Indonesia, thank you so much. Indonesia. So yeah, so some can be actually like 10 years, 15 years. So these are the two have to watch out. So if not, even for Malaysia, actually quite a number of them are freehold also. Yeah, so like for that's why this property, I will always look at the tenure to at least sound you out. Okay, so this is the DPU profile. So same thing, you can see that. Okay, I know it's a bit small. Maybe I just read it out to you. This is 2019. Okay, 2019. Then after 2020, it went up. Then 21 went up. Okay, after 21, it start coming down. 22 came down, 23 came down. So I think this is the period whereby the interest rate start to increase. Okay. Okay, so for those who actually want the fuller breakdown of how is DPU calculated. So you can see that the MPI actually went up. So the overall rental actually went up. But it's just that you can see that the borrowing costs, borrowing costs and interest also went up even higher. Trust expense actually came down. Yeah. Then after that, after the profit, you have to okay, after the profit, somehow there's actually this chargeable items. Okay. Then you have amount available for distribution to unit holders. So in fact, this one went up lah. But because there's actually more number of units, there's actually more number of units, the DPU actually reduces. Okay, the DPU actually reduces, but this one 1% is not so significant as some of the rest that I've seen. Debt okay. I don't have anything more than 35%, so well spread out. The interest cover ratio 4.5 times, very good. Okay, above 3, very good. Aggregate leverage 38.7%, which is less than 40%. Actually, very good. Okay. So in terms of pricing, you can see that the past 12 months dividend is 13.43 cents. Current price is 219. Dividend yield is 6.1%. So the fair yield is about 5.5%. Okay, 5.5%. So yeah, the price is actually still considered undervalued. So between this one and the Fraser one, if you ask me, actually I would prefer the Fraser one. So for two reasons. One is they have more properties that are freehold. Okay, end of the day, it's a property that matters. Management, yeah lah, there's some impact, but not so significant. The main thing is the property that matters. So if you ask me, the Fraser one, they actually have more properties that are not in Singapore. Okay, in Singapore, down here actually still quite significant. You're talking about 48.5% in Singapore. And a lot of all these properties, you can see that, if you just do a simple average, maybe another 20, 25 years, okay, about there, a lot of them will actually expire. Okay, it's actually quite scary. Because when I buy REIT, I want to hold for long term. And you have to understand this. So once a property, in fact, left about 10 plus years, the valuation will drop very drastically. The price will drop. So Mapletree have this risk there. Yeah, to each its own. So personally, I think this REIT is how should I put it? Not most ideal. It's really for me for diversification purpose. Yeah, it's actually more for diversification purpose. And probably if I were to buy this REIT, then I just hold for 5 years. To think about, whether should I let go, because quite a number of the properties, their tenure is actually reducing. Then the other reason is this, you can see just now the Fraser's one, the fair yield is 5.7. I'm getting about 7% yield right now. Whereas this one, the what do you call that? The difference is lesser. Okay. Yep. So my point here is this: I will only consider this REIT. This is definitely not ideal. The only reason why I consider this is actually more for diversification purposes. So it has its pros, as its cons. It's just that the pros slightly outweigh the cons. Okay, that's all. But I would have preferred something better. Okay, it's just that this period, not much choice.